beyond words.
Jimmie Johnson wins
Didn't
the
think that the race was
2016
unfolding for
Sprint
us
Cup Series.
like we need to be the champs, but we kept our heads in the game. And
Championship.
Chad pulled a great strategy, made some great adjustments for the short run.
Lowe's,
Some luck
Cobalt,
came our way, and we're able to win the race and win the championship. I wouldn't be here without so many people believing in me and giving me this chance, from my dirt days and my parents, of course, first and foremost, my brothers, my wife and family today, car owners, sponsors, Chevrolet, Lowe's, so many amazing people along the way that believed in me, giving me this chance. Jeff Gordon, Rick Hendrick, all the men and women at Hendrick Motorsports who working so hard to get these cars fast and giving me an awesome 15 years at the company. Just thank you. I mean, from the bottom of my heart, I am so thrilled to be here in this moment, so grateful for the opportunity, and so thankful and blessed. I'm lost for words.
Petty, Earnhardt, and now you can say Johnson. What is the significance of the 7th for you, Jimmie?
It's big. It has a lot of different meanings. You know, the number 7 is a very special place in my heart. With Ricky Hendrick, as a lot of people know, for some reason I just felt good and calm today, and things just kind of unfolded at the end for us. And I know it was help from above. Al Schill Jr. also ran the 7 car, good friend from the short track days in the Midwest. We lost him a long time ago. His number was 7. There's just a lot of different things with 7. Even in my younger years on dirt bikes and things like that, 7 was always around. So in my heart, I wanted to believe it would happen, and it has, and I can't believe it.
Congratulations, Jimmie.
All right, everybody, there you go. Jimmie Johnson winning the Sprint Cup Series championship. This is pretty sad because it is the last race of the season. Chevrolet, the biggest accomplishment I think a driver could ask for is to tie Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt with 7 championships, and we've seen a driver reach that pinnacle. Jimmie Johnson, get it done. Well, we got a whole race review thing to get to, plus we got a lot of other stuff just to chill about, because this is championship weekend. We're going to take our time. We won't be back until the Daytona 500, which is 98 days away from right now. So let's get to the race review here real quickly. I'll try to touch some of the different cautions that happened, but I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. So that was the Ford EcoBoost 400. Early in the race, 4 guys didn't know who was going to win it. Jimmie Johnson, Carl Edwards, Carl Busch, and Joey Logano. And it was quite a battle. This battle would last 267 laps. Tony Stewart will start 11th, and Brian Scott started 22nd. And this was their final starts. And then we hit the driver intros. Kevin Harvick won the pole. He started out front with Brad Keselowski. Kyle Busch will start 9th. Carl Edwards started 10th. And Joey Logano started 13th. And Jimmie Johnson was scheduled to start 14th. But it says that Jimmie Johnson has been pushed back by Tech. And the car passed Tech. But the 48 was in trouble because NASCAR was looking at the A post. He ended up having to start in the rear due to body modifications. We'll see if everything tests out for him, but either way, how did everything just happen like that? Joey Logano crashing Carl Edwards and stuff like that. So here we go. The first caution, Tony Stewart had quite an intro. Different teams were coming out and giving him a little high five, good luck thing at the end of the race. And then they did a Tony Stewart lap. He was behind a truck with a giant flag on it. Looked pretty sweet, pretty cool. Good to see. They're saying Tony Stewart's going to stick to dirt track racing. We'll see what he does. Either way, he's still a team owner, and he's moving on to Ford next season. So give me 1 second right here. I gotta change the channel. The coverage went to the Green Bay Packer game right now. So the first caution was for Ryan Blaney. He got into the wall, it looks like. Denny Hamlin won the race off pit road. Jeffrey Earnhardt had a caution around lap 70. I'm skipping way ahead. Why not? Around lap 151, we had some green flag pit stops. Carl Edwards was the leader. And way towards the end of the race, I know I'm missing quite a bit, but way towards the end of the race, with 15 to go, Dylan Lupton, he had some bad luck, and it ended up bringing out caution, and that changed everything. Just unbelievable. We had a restart, and Joey Logano got triggered somehow. Carl Edwards said it was his fault, but Joey was trying to go. I mean, why not? I don't know really who to blame. I guess Carl Edwards said he'll take the blame for trying to close the door when his spotter was saying Logano was there. So that ended Carl Edwards' day right there, while Kyle Busch and Joey Logano and Jimmie Johnson all looked very scary right there. Like, you just didn't know what was going to happen. And then they had another restart, and the 17 decides to put on a little show. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., he just wanted his name to be said. And he brought out a caution. After that, we had one more restart, and it looked like Jimmie Johnson's best friend out there would be Kevin Harvick to try to keep back Joey Logano or the 18. And Jimmie Johnson, for a driver that never won here, he kept the hammer down. And boom, what do you get from that? You are the 2016 Sprint Cup Series champion. Once again, shout out to Lowe's, Cobalt, Pro Services, all the Jimmie Johnson fans out there, all you guys, round of applause to you guys, your driver. He got it done. So we ran 267 laps. We had 5 cautions for 22 laps. A total race time of 2 hours and 45 minutes. Would have been a little bit shorter if we didn't have that red flag towards the end. The fastest lap was a 30.0806 with a top speed of 175.291 miles per hour. We had 4 leaders with 17 lead changes. And that impact, Keselowski was in it. The 31 got involved when Joey Logano ended up hitting Carl Edwards there. So a lot of drivers taken out right there. Kyle Larson looking like he was going to win the race too. Alright, so 40 cars started the race. At the end we had all 40 run in. There was a temperature of 65.8 degrees. That was the Ford EcoBoost 400, guys. Like I said, I'm kind of sad that it's over for now. But here we go with your leaderboard rundown. Jimmie Johnson will finish in first place, followed by Kyle Larson. He finishes second, who led 132 laps. So shout out to Kyle Larson. Kevin Harvick finishes third. Joey Logano finishes fourth. Jamie McMurray finishes sixth. Fifth is Jamie McMurray. Sixth is Kyle Busch. Seventh is Matt Kenseth. AJ Allmendinger finishes 8th, Denny Hamlin is 9th, Michael McDowell is 10th, Chase Elliott finishes 11th, Austin Dillon is 12th, Kurt Busch is 13th, Paul Menard is 14th, Brian Scott in his last Sprint Cup run finishes 15th, Alex Bowman is 16th, Greg Biffle is 17th, 18th is Casey Mears, 19th is Danica Patrick, Trevor Bayne finishes 20th, 21st is Landy Castle, 22nd is Tony Stewart, 23rd is Clint Boyer, 24th is Chris Buescher, 25th is Ryan Newman, 26th is Ryan Blaney. Matt DiBenedetto finishes 4 laps down. He's in 27th. Michael Lynette's 28th. David Reagan's 29th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. finishes 6 laps down at 30th. Jeffrey Earnhardt is in 31st, finishes 31st. Reed Sorensen finishes 32nd. Ty Dillon finishes 33rd. Carl Edwards leads 11 laps. He led 47 laps. He finishes 11 laps down to 34th position. Tough break for cousin Carl there. Brad Keselowski finishes 35th. Martin Truex Jr., big impact, kind of blows up his engine, big fire. He finishes 36th. Casey Kane is 37th. Regan Smith finishes 38th. Dylan Lupton finishes 39th. And Eric Almirola finishes dead last for one last time this 2016 2016 season. Alright, so let's get to the who will win part. We did a championship who will win, and we also did a who will win the race. So we'll do the who will win the race one first. Alright, let's get to it. Hold on. Whoops. News first. Okay. So this is who would win the race, not the championship. Here we go. And if it says edited, I'm not going to take it. Alright. NASCAR Gaming 48. Shout out to you. He says Jimmie Johnson. Let's keep going up this list. Flame Runner 101 says Jimmie Johnson. Okay, this one says edited. We got to skip them. Torrance Black says Jimmie Johnson. NASCAR fan 1337, he says I think Jimmie Johnson will win. Good job, man. Devin Cook, he also picked Jimmie Johnson. 48_Lowe's girl, she said Jimmie Johnson and put a bunch of hearts next to it. Good pick for you. Alex the Sniper 19, he also picked Jimmie Johnson. Logan Monteith, he says JJ. Nice one, man. Good pick. We also had a lot of Kyle Bushes and everybody else, but Jimmie Johnson getting it done. Donald Duck, who's in Italy, getting it done. He picked Jimmie Johnson. Johnson_fan picked Jimmie Johnson. Nice pick, dude. Hoodlum 2002, he took Jimmie Johnson. Bruno Cheshine, he took Jimmie Johnson. Nice pick, man. Eduardo Herr says Jimmie Johnson, 7-time champion. Awesome prediction, dude. You got it right, Eduardo. I Like NASCAR says Johnson winning, baby. Super NASCAR Rocks also picked Jimmie Johnson. Nice pick, man. Good job. Ozair Nurani, he picked Jimmie Johnson. Brian Van Fossen, he took Jimmie Johnson first, so I'm going to take it. Jager Tully, he took Jimmie Johnson. Congratulations, you got it right. Matt Mullet said Jimmie Johnson. Clutch Ball Gaming, shout out to you. He said definitely Jimmie for 7-time champion. Joseph Kubinek says Jimmie Johnson will win. Nice one, Joseph. Good job. Angelina Martello says Jimmie Johnson. Nice pick. Let's keep going up this list. Zebdog95 says Jimmie #7. He got it right, so there we go. I also picked I think Kyle Busch. I picked Kyle Busch and who will win just to jinx him. So we ended up jinxing Kyle Busch to get the win for our Jimmie Johnson championship pick. Which, let's get to the championship picks right now. These are the guys that said Jimmie Johnson's gonna win the championship, and here we go. So maybe some people got the race and the championship right. Who knows? The first winner we got is N1SC4R. He says Jimmie Johnson. Nice one, dude. You predicted it 3 days ago. Cody Hagan also said 3 days ago. 48. Jimmie, 7-time Johnson. K Hill 145 says Jimmie for the 7th. Nice one. Alright, we're going to keep moving up. Somebody says this will be the top 4 finishing order. He put Jimmie first, so we're going to take that one. So good job, Zebdog95. You predicted it 3 days ago also. Stephen Willie says going for 7, Jimmie Johnson. NASCAR Christian says Jimmie Johnson 3 days ago. Shout out to you, man. Good pick. Matthew Pornini says, I'm going all in. Jimmie Johnson will be 7-time champion. Nice one. Daniel Alvarez, he checks in. He says Jimmie Superman Johnson for 7-time champion. So here we go. BJ Big Bo Johnson easily. Nice one, BJ. Or PJ Big Bo, my bad. Called you BJ. He said Jimmie Johnson easily. I picked Jimmie 7-time Johnson. #Team Chevy. We got it done. iAnthuny, we picked the championship. Donald Duck says Johnson. By the way, I'm in Italy. Nice pick, dude. Good job, Donald Duck. You're the man. Holding it down for NASCAR in Italy. Let's move up this list. Devin Cook. Oh, it says it's edited, dog. I can't take it, dog. I can't do it, man. All right, moving on up. NASCAR fan 1337. He says hashtag 7 Jimmie Johnson. NASCAR dude 101 says Johnson probably. Let's keep moving up this list. Atlanta sports fan 2525 says Jimmie Johnson. Congratulations, Atlanta sports fan 25. Thank you for playing. Danny Cole Matthews says hashtag 7. We'll take that because we know what he's talking about. The big one on the chase is Jimmie Johnson. Hoodlum 2002 says Jimmie Johnson. Nice job, guys. Zach Carlson says JJ's got it. Got this, I think. Hashtag 7. ZebDog95, hashtag 7. Jacob Ganau, I don't know. Jimmie Johnson, he says. Nice pick, man. JR8894 Nationwide says Jimmie Johnson. Still going up this list, guys. It's quite a list here. A lot of people played this week for who will win the championship. Super NASCAR Rock says Jimmie Johnson will win his 7th championship and be in the same class as Richard the King Petty and Dale the Intimidator Earnhardt. Go Jimmie. Nice one, Super NASCAR Rocks. He predicted that 2 days ago. NASCAR underscore fan says Jimmie Johnson. 48 underscore Lowe's Girl says Jimmie Johnson with some hearts. Nice one. Congratulations. She predicted that 2 days ago. Jake Stewie says Jimmie Johnson hashtag 7 with a bunch of checkered flags. These guys are brilliant. NASCAR Nascola 72 says Jimmie Johnson going for 7th championship. Hashtag Team 48. Just 231560 says Jimmie Johnson. Brandon G 1824 says Jimmie Johnson. Thanks for playing, Jimmie. You are wonderful, dude. Eduardo Hurst says Jimmie 7-time champion. Go. Eduardo got the race win pick and the championship pick right. I think we got a couple other people that got that. Crazy Mojo Man says Jimmie 7-time champion. Okay, this next one's edited. I can't take that. Edward Mullet says Jimmie Johnson. Gavin Funk says hashtag 7. Rad Boy says Jimmie Johnson's 7-timer. Nice one. Cali Games / Lowe's Cup Series says Jimmie Johnson hashtag 7. Raja Karuth says Jimmie Johnson Team Chevrolet hashtag Team Chevrolet hashtag 7 hashtag 7-time. Thomas Spangler says Jimmie Johnson gets the championship. Elliott wins the race. Well, you're somewhat right. Nice one though, Thomas Spangler. Thanks for playing, man. I appreciate it. Jumpy King 1, how you doing? It says Jimmie Johnson hashtag 7. Flame Runner 101 says Jimmie Johnson 1 day ago. Thanks for playing, Flame Runner. Congratulations on your pick, getting it right. Bryce Rabin says Jimmie Johnson hashtag 7. And that's it. So we also got the championship pick right by saying Jimmie Johnson. We are 98 days away from the Daytona 500. I know it's kind of sad, guys, but we'll try to get there somehow. I'd like to take a second to... Let's take a second to think about what just happened here. Jimmie Johnson, 7-time champion. The season coming to an end. The next thing we'll look forward to is testing cars. The season's over. We got Las Vegas coming up. We'll be ready for it though, won't we? Alright. Also, if you lost somebody in your lifetime, take a moment right now and let's think about them. I'll keep an eye on the clock. Alright, thank you. So that's it for me. I'm done. This has been quite a season. We've done quite a lot of who will win. We've done the race reviews at almost every race. So, as for me following the Sprint Cup Series, it's really nothing but awesome fun. I love what I do. I'm lucky that the good Lord gave me the ability to race pretty decent. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the best, but when I race on a video game, I do better than most. So, but I follow it. I love it. I grew up next to a local short track like a mile away. Every Saturday night, I'd hear the cars going. Plus, Saturday evening, I'd see all the cars going by. So, racing has been with me for a while. Although I wasn't as privileged as most people being able to race and all that, you know, when you're younger. Let's say like 14, 15, 16, 17. I still love it. And I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by and watching. I know I do a lot of crazy stuff, but I'll try to keep it normal a little bit. But I'm out of here. Thanks to everybody for all the support. You guys show up when I start streaming. You guys play this Who Will Win. You guys watch these videos. I really appreciate it. And I'm out of here. It's really sad. I'm going to take a slow trip around here because it's over. Kevin Harvick, Stewart Haas Racing, heading off to Ford. I feel real bad because I don't have a driver now. I'm a Chevrolet driver myself, so I kind of like sticking with the Chevys. So, Jimmie Johnson, your 7-time NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion. It's just unreal saying 7-time, 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 I think. I'm out of here, guys. We'll see you next year in Daytona. Until then, be safe, everybody. Good night.